nowhere.
When you look at what's happening in Iraq, do you feel guilty that you supported the invasion?
Well, as I say in my book, I made a mistake giving the Bush administration the authority that I voted for. It was not used as I had expected it to be used, and the entire implementation strategy was flawed. So yes, I made a mistake, and I deeply regret the consequences.
Because that country wasn't broken before the invasion, was it?
It was broken. It was a broken country, even though it had a dictator who could, by force and brutality, hold it together. But remember, he'd also invaded Kuwait, and he had gassed the Kurds. He was no shining example of sovereignty and territorial integrity.
No one suggests he was a nice guy.
Well, he was worse than not a nice guy. But that is not the debate. The debate now is, it was done. The invasion occurred. He was deposed. The Iraqi people were given a chance to chart a different course. Some of them have done quite well, like the Kurds in the north have done extremely well. But the government that came in through the elections, which were deemed internationally acceptable, has not done what it needed to do to try to unify the country, bring Sunni and Shiite alike, bring the different factions within together. Compare
Iraq, where there was intervention, with Syria, where there was no intervention.
Just shows you how hard it is to make these choices, which is why I'm calling the book Hard Choices. Because I did advocate for limited but focused action in Syria to try to vet, train, and equip moderate opponents of Assad.
And you were overruled by the president.
I was overruled, in part because of the lessons from Iraq. It's hard to get a little bit pregnant, so to speak, in being involved in these countries' internal conflicts, but I did think there was a potential role. Now, of course, what I say in the book was a wicked problem has become even wickeder. And so it's time for the United States to start thinking of Iraq as a business opportunity. And the sacrifice that the Iraqi people have made for your freedom is one that we highly respect. And so it's time for the United States to start thinking of Iraq as a business opportunity. Iraq has one of the largest customer bases in the entire Arab world. It has one of the world's largest supplies of oil, and it has one of the best educated workforces in the region. Today, Turkish, Chinese, French, Jordanian, Iranian companies are lining up to do business. But very honestly, we see too few American companies alongside our soldiers and our diplomats.
The Iraqi regime possesses biological and chemical weapons.
Saddam Hussein's chemical and biological weapons.
The regime is seeking a nuclear bomb.
And his nuclear program.
The Iraqi regime is building the facilities necessary to make more biological and chemical weapons.
Saddam Hussein has worked to rebuild his chemical and biological weapons stock.
And continuing ties to terrorist organizations.
He has also given aid, comfort, and sanctuary to terrorists.
And there are al-Qaeda terrorists inside Iraq.
Including al-Qaeda members.
What does that make Hillary Clinton to the Bush family?
My sister-in-law.